What a power display, huh? How about the 14 points, 14 runs over under today? The ability to drive the ball in Las Vegas makes you almost want to move the franchise there, right? 25 runs, 35 hits, a lot of four-baggers. We have stuff to get into, A's faithful. Welcome to the Habit Hunter A's podcast. And the House Always Wins podcast network. I'm Tim Burns. You can call me Hobbs. I'm a sports writer covering the athletics for the guys at Mid-Valley Sports out of Los Angeles, where I cover the amazing A's as well as the entire NFL desk. You can find me at Sacktown A's Fans for Life on X and this, the Habit Hunter podcast. Habit Hunter is a show that analyzes trends and tendencies of players, our coaching staff, and ownership. We will cover what players are trending up or down, analyze moves management and ownership make. We got to keep an eye on both, right? We identify problems A's players might be developing and look for solutions. We talk about them, we argue about them. We look for answers and we throw them out there, see what sticks, right? Remember to give this show a like. I know everybody asks that, but it does keep the show in the algorithm, and we've surpassed 500 loyal subscribers as a network. So make sure to like and subscribe, right? Check out all the amazing shows. A lot of good shows. And there's a new one coming in. Can't remember offhand if they said a name or not, but I have watched the two guys in action, and they're amazing, right? Going to be a good show. We do a roll call at the end of this show and go over how the players and the team did against the Brewers. And so hang out till the end. That's where I need your input. Helps us see the bigger picture, right? So let's get to the breakdown of Milwaukee, right? Now, come on, it's Vegas. The Pacific Coast League is famous for one thing, and it's scoring. It's like over a run per game more than Major League Baseball, basically. Thin desert air, extreme heat. What does that do, right? I got a C- in physics, right, at SDSU. And I know it says reduced drag, blah, 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 baseball density, fluid dynamics for us old World War II vets, right? In layman terms, basically you hit the ball really far, right? Going into the series opener, which we lost, right, in another late inning dumpster fire, right, because that's kind of what we do in the openers. You think back a couple things, and we might have snuck away with a sweep, right? Going into the series opener, the AAA hometown Aviators. Now, they had already had 52 home runs in Las Vegas ballpark, right? That's an ingenious name, by the way. Las Vegas ballpark, right? It's got to be a dead guy somewhere. They could have named the stadium after, right? That's with all that pizzazz going on in that entertainment city, they can't come up with a decent name. But what a power display, right? The broadcast said 12 homers in 2 straight games is an A's record. 15 home runs in the series, 35 hits, like I keep saying. I'm going to say it a bunch of times, right? I love the offense, but you got to think about it. Things go both ways with that, right? And we're going to get into that. And obviously the opener was like that. It was pretty much a snapshot, though, of the issues the A's have been having. You kind of got to throw this all out because of the location they're playing in. But, we saw a lot of the same problems that we always see, right? And this one, a couple things led to this loss, right? And by the end of this series, you could tell that the team's tired of losing. They're tired of losing, right? We're tired of them losing, right? We just got to stop doing the same things in the same way for the same reasons. Same damn reasons, right? I firmly believe Marc Kotzay doesn't know how to use specific players and specific things. I mean, it's always like throwing darts at the wall, right? Just there's not even a dartboard over there, You're just throwing it and seeing who does what with no real thought to, other than the basic metrics. It's so frustrating with him. And Scott Emerson, he's useless. So it's Kotzay telling him who goes in where and what. I know there's supposedly this secret cabal of dudes that sit in an office somewhere and, mind meld over what Kotzay's supposed to do. I guess they have it all mapped out realistically, they got it all mapped out. But I don't know. It just seems like such a dead coaching staff. He still makes the same bad decisions as last year and the year before. There's no evolution, right? He doesn't evolve. Still gasses the relievers. He leaves them in when they're off the rails, right? He destroys their ERAs. And worse yet, he destroys confidence. Cade Morris, right? He promotes dudes. They do well. He demotes them. That means everyday players too, right? Stefanik, it's just the same old baseball bad decisions in Monday's game. It's only a one-run game. Some small decisions, and we'll touch on those. But when you lose a 2-run lead in the ninth, when you go down 14-10 in extras, and then you tie it up with one of the most dramatic, awesomest, greatest, coolest homers in recent A's history, right? But we still find a way to lose. It's insane. It's insane. It's insane. I'm not going to lie. When it was 10-7 in the eighth, my wife, she walked by. She's like, oh, it looks like they're going to win tonight. I'm like, 10 runs is not going to win this game. She's like, what do you mean? They're in Las Vegas. We're moving there, by the way. Going to be there next year. You can find one of those games, this game, in basically almost every series nowadays, right? Where we just can't hold leads for 3 outs. It's like we have no one in the bullpen, and I'm changing my mind on that a little bit with Alvarado, that can give us 3 outs on the regular. 1, 2, 3 when it counts, right? When we need that out to end that bleeding inning that we always seem to come up with, right? The one with 6 runs in it, 9 people reach base in a row, that kind of thing. Barlow can't. Barlow can't give us 3 outs. Leiter can't, right? I just started to trust Leiter too. I said as much on the last show. I said as much. I was like, oh, I trust him. He's got my trust now. He went walk, strikeout, single, walk to open the 8th. Man, you can't have that in the 8th, right? We can't trust him. We can't even trust Hogan Harris right now. We don't know if we can trust Justin Sterner, right? Because Kotzay took him out after 7 pitches. Why? We'll talk about that, right? We can't catch a break. Former A's reliever, Joel Kuhnel. We went up against him in the series. We let him go. Brewers snagged him. A's pitching coach Scott Emerson has some explaining to do. Right? Why in less than 10 days does the Brewers pitching coach have Joe Kuhnel throwing a 100.5 mile per hour, 100.5 mile per hour sinker? Riddle me that. Where did that come from? That just shows we're not doing something right. He didn't have that. 5 miles an hour, 5 miles an hour difference in a week, in a couple of days? Somebody's not doing their job. How do people have their job when they lose 425 times in 5 seasons? Kotzay's comfy as Dave Roberts is in LA, right? It's frustrating. And it's the same thing over and over. Same lack of concentration on the base pass. Same lack of communication in the outfield, right? You jumble the outfield so damn much, so often. Nobody wants to take command of the fly balls. And it happened again in this series, right? Pop up with 4 A's within 2 feet of a catchable ball. 3 of them are easing up. One's going for it, but he's the one farthest away. Drops in. It's just oh, that's frustrating, right? Leadership is so lax. So why would the players even command anything, right? I've said it before. Shea can't do it all. Come on. Wake up in the manager and the coaching staff, right? Our ABS challenges are weird. They're done in stupid counts and irrelevant points of the game too early, right? Sometimes you just got to put that one in your pocket and say, forget about that pitch, right? When you know you're going to need that one probably later. It's just, I don't know how they do it nowadays, but shouldn't the coaching staff be letting the guys, scheduled up in the next inning know what the strategy is going to be, right? Hey, everybody, don't use it this time through unless something, right? I don't even think they talk about it. It doesn't feel like they do, right? Because they're just like, challenge. It's frustrating. As for the game itself, A's traded runs in the first. Jeffrey Springs went single, walk, single, down 1-0 already, right? Shea hit the first pitch the A's saw, 107.7 off the bat, 483 feet. It's just a rocket, right? 7 bombs for the A's. They still found a way to lose. It hurts my soul, right? Back-to-back doubles by Zach Geloff and Alika Williams, right? He homers. Later, in the second, gave the A's 2-1 lead. Now, the bats on both teams went off in the third, right? For them, Jackson Cherio, he opened the third with a single. Springs gives up a 2-run shot to Bryce Trang. 2 outs later, Andrew Vaughn, that guy kills us all series. He homers 2. A's are down again, 4-2, right? It's going back and forth, all series, right? Back-to-back singles by Nick Kurtz and Colby Thomas. And a Rooker walk. That loaded the bases, right? Rooker, he went over 5 with the walk. I really thought he was heating up too, right? A 2 RBI single by Max Muncy. Welcome back, bud. Tyler Soderstrom hits a 3-run bomb. He had a monster day, right? Geloff homers 2 batters later. A's are up 8-4. Guess what? We're still losing. Gonna lose. Sucks. Springs lasted 5 innings, gives up 8 hits, 5 earned, 2 walks, 3 Ks. What's weird, the broadcast said aside of one guy on the team that was like 515 against lefties, that the Brewers were pretty much the worst in baseball, or among the worst. So I don't know what happened with Springs, man. I kind of was expecting a little bit better in this one, but it didn't happen. Teams traded runs at this point. Vaughn, he had an RBI double in the 5th. That ran Springs, right? Kurtz homered in the top of the 6th, gave the A's the lead, put the lead back up to 9-5, right? Luis Medina, he went 1 2/3, right? That's kind of a longer outing for him, right? But he gave up a 2-run bomb to Jake Bowers in the 7th, and Sterner had to get the final out. Now, this is where I was talking about. Sterner he got everything done in 7 pitches, and I get it. He pitched Sunday. I get it. But he should have started that 8th too. And here's why. His whip's 1, like 1.008, whatever, right? And to go with Mark Leiter, even though he had 1 good outing recently, a couple good outings, I'll give him that, right? That's a bit sus because, you've got to think of his history, not just of last year before, his whole career, right? Anyway, Sodi, he hits his second homer of the day in the bottom half of the 7th. A's have a 10-7 lead, right? Anybody would think A's are safe, but you know what? It's Vegas, right? It's a city that's going to produce runs, kind of like the Rockies in 2028 when we get there. It's going to be like that. Aaron Judge. That's going to hurt. Like I said, Cott chose to go with Mark Leiter in the 8th. And the king of base traffic returns. Remember, we used to call him that when I first started the show. He allows a run. So annoying. So Hogan Harris, my most trusted reliever, right? The guy I want to be our closer. Not anymore. He gets an inning double play, though, right? That's clutch. That's my dude, right? I'm stoked, right? But he comes out flat in the 9th, right? Single, walk, 2-run game tying double. Sorry, it's late, man. I'm doing a night show. I'm whiny. I haven't taken my pain meds yet. Everything hurts. Sucks. Anyway, flat, man. 2-run double, right? It's 10-10. Vaughn again. Right? And then Hogan strikes out the side. Struck out, right? 2 runs too late, dude. 2 runs too late. He had trouble today, too. We'll talk about that. He got out of it, but the 10th was as crazy as it gets. Scott Barlow completely melts down, right? And I hate that mandatory guy on second, right? Christian Yelich, single, RBI sac fly, a walk, and then Contreras, he just soul-crushing, soul-crushing 3-run jack. And we're down 14-10 in extras, right? But then the most unbelievable response. The A's, man. He did it all with 2 outs. 2 outs. You got guy on second, which I can't stand they do that. What are we in kickball? 4 minutes left before recess ends. Throw somebody out there so we can see who wins. Shut up. Back to the old way. That's old people say. Anyway, Shea has an RBI single with 2 outs. Kurtz hits his second bomb of the game, right? 2-run shot. Outstanding. His 14th, right? But the A's are still down a run. So we throw in Jonah Heim, who, he had a really good series. He's had a little good stretch. We'll talk about that. He hits a pinch hit, 2 out, 3-1 count, homers, ties the game, right? So we made it 4 runs with 2 outs. It's amazing. Jose Suarez, he comes in the 11th for the A's with a runner on second, right? Does what A's faithful dream of, 3 strikeouts. Done, right? But the A's return to being the A's. And 2 strikeouts by Bolte and Geloff. A's don't score. I'm grumpy, dude. I'm grumpy. Anyway, that basically wasted Suarez's great 11th, right? Brewers scored in the 12th, on the move over. And McNeil had a horrible throw to the plate. And then he comes in the bottom. He has the worst final at bat you could possibly have, right? He looked defeated in his body language and on his face as he walked up there, right? Some people were saying that they saw, how much he wanted it. I did not. His body language said, "Oh no, I got to do this." That's what it is. 3-pitch strikeout. Only 1 pitch was anywhere near the zone, right? He swung at it. Ooze. Out of zone. Ooze. He swung at ooze. Right? I'm kind of over him right now. It's he's so cool though. It's hard to watch the decline in real time, right? And who knows if the decline's temporary or if that's what he is now. But it's hard to watch. It's hard to watch. Like the guy just can't get a break, right? The approach is always the same. Ground out. Ugh. Right? It's hard to deal with how a guy who was hitting 95 on the last road trip, he found his way to the most important at bat in this game, right? And he's out in 3 pitches, right? Ugh. Another 9th inning meltdown, right? That's what that was about, right? The bats were awesome, but also sus, right? Yeah, 16 hits, 2 doubles, 7 bombs, but 20 strikeouts, and 4 were in the 11th and 12th when it counted, right? When it mattered, when contact mattered, moving runners over, right? Some bats shredded though, right? Obviously. Sodi 3 for 4, 2 home runs, 4 RBIs. He reached 5 times. Kurtz 3 for 6, 2 home runs, 3 RBIs, 3 runs, reached 4 times. I could do this all day, right? Geloff doubled and homer. Shea 3 for 7, homer, right? Heim, like I said, as clutch a bomb as I've ever seen, right? And I saw Kirk Gibson hit his famous home run, right? In 88, game 1, bottom of the 9th, right? Chivas Ravine. I was there, right over my head, just to the left. Yeah. I felt the vibe then, even though I wasn't obviously a Dodger fan. I felt that vibe. And I got that same feel when Heim hit that bomb, man. I think everybody 2 blocks over could hear me pretty much, right? But as usual, A's lost the opener, right? 7-15 this year, right? I'll keep bringing it up until they start winning. Tuesday's game picked up right where Monday's game left off, right? Same slugfest, different starters, different bullpen, Different result, though. JT again started for the A's. And the first went Christian Yelich single, right? Jackson Cheerio homer, right? 9 pitches. We're down 2-0 already. It's like, oh, no, here we go again. It's going to be a shootout, right? Jake Bauers, he walks. Garrett Mitchell doubled. They were stranded, so you could see how it was already starting in. We're going, yeah, it's going to be another huge day, right? I think the over-under was 13 and a half on that day too, right? Kurtz homered for the 3rd game in a row, 7th time in 11 games. And we're only down 2-1. And I told you, he hits them in bunches. Since Wake Forest, he hits them in bunches. He's on a good streak right now, man. It's impressive. Ginn had an outstanding 1-2-3 second, right? Line out on 3 pitches, 3-pitch K, fly out on 3 pitches, just efficiency, right? Bottom of the second, Jonah Heim singled for the A's. Henry Bolte, he hit his first career home run, man. We knew he had that because at one point early on, it was like he had the longest home run in professional baseball for the year or something like that. We knew he had it in him, right? 107 off the bat, 446. We have so many hits that far in this series, right? We're going to tell you more about that. Massive bomb. 3-2 lead. We don't give that up. They come at us, but they don't get us. Ginn had another 1-2-3 inning in the 3rd, 2 Ks. Both of them started 0-2 counts. Great. Got out of it. Muncy walked. Heim got his 2nd single, but they were both left on base in the bottom of the half of the 3rd, In the 4th, Mitchell doubled again for Milwaukee. Mitchell had a good series against us. He tied the score at 3-3 when he scored on Sal Frelick's RBI single. And Frelick's name pops up a lot. Man, this team is so solid, man. The fact that we got 2 out of 3 versus Milwaukee is amazing, right? A's went 1-2-3 in the 4th. Ginn had his 3rd 1-2-3 inning in the 5th and did so in 11 pitches. So Ginn had his moments, man. And you know that metric, the Habit Hunter metric, right? If a pitcher can retire an inning in less than a dozen pitches, he's likely had a really good inning, right? A's pitching staff is high foot traffic across the board. So any 1-2-3 inning is awesome, right? Because we put them on all day long, right? After 1 out in the 5th, Shea singled. Sody hits his 3rd home run of the series, right? Outstanding. A lot of guys, man. A great series. 2 batters later, Heim had his 3rd hit of the game. Solo shot, 6-3 lead, right? Kamehameha, right? Kamehameha. Everyone was Goku in this series. I guess we could go Power Grayskull if you're old like me, right? Milwaukee scored 2. I just had kids over. Milwaukee scored 2 at the top of the 6th. Man, I almost react. When opponents look like they're starting rallies, it's like I have PTSD, right? Which basically the guys on the network, the House Always Wins Media Network, I want to go shameless plug, right? The guys are convinced I got PTSD on like Iwo freaking Jima or something, right? I guess they skipped Unk with me, went straight to Grandpa. I don't know. I mean, please at least put me in like the first Gulf War, right? I mean, I'm not that old. Maybe I am a little old, right? But man, the Brewers, there's like only 2 names, like Yelich and maybe a couple others that most people have even heard of. They're so damn good at the plate, man. Rallies come easy for these guys, right? Bauers walked, Mitchell singled, Mitchell again, right? His 3rd hit of the game. RBI ground out, Yelich, RBI single. It's a 1-run game, right? 6-5. We're going, oh no. Geloff opens the bottom of the 6th with the A's 5th home run, right? Final score. That's the final score, right? Difference for the A's in this win was the bullpen. Scary, right? Elvis Alvarado got the last out in the 6th and again finished with the win. 5 2/3 innings, scattered 8 hits, just that first inning homer, right? 5 earned, right? Outstanding given where the game was 9 pitches in, right? Not bad. 3 walks, 5 Ks. Anyway, Alvarado struck out the side in the 7th. What does Kotzay have it in for this guy, right? Did him dirty already, right? Anyway, Dude K, I won't go over that, right? We all know, right? Dude K'd all 4 he faced Tuesday, right? Got saved today too, right? Got to get over it, cut. Got it. Whatever it was. Right now he's the closer. Put him in when you need him for 1, 2, 3, right now. From now on, 101 miles per hour is 101 miles per hour, right? He's the guy that looks the most confident right now. You love to ride things. You love to ride the bad bats. You love to ride the good bats. You frustrate me. Ride this guy in the late innings or when you have to stop something, when you have to stop a streak, right? Use that guy. Mason Barnett, he's nice. He had a good 8th and 9th for the A's. I mean, 1, 2, 3, 8 and 1, 2, 3, 9. He struck out 2 people in both innings. Insane. Great. So how'd this day go? Jonah Heim, 3 for 4, home run, 2 runs, reached 3 times, right? Sody homer, Kurt homer, Geloff homer, Bolte homer. It's pretty crazy. Like after the 2 games, the A's and the Brewers had 26 hits each. One batted 302, the other one batted 298. Both had 9 walks. Both had struck out 28 times. Brewers, 4 doubles. A's, 3 doubles. Like, the only difference really in the game was 5 home runs for the Brewers and 12 at that point for the A's. And I believe that's a record for over 2, at least for the A's, right? And when the finale today, Jack Perkins was our dude, which means, damn, we're thin right now, right? He rebounded a bit, but he was out early. Can't go without giving up some first inning runs, right? That's what we do. Yelich again. He walked. Andrew Vaughn again. Single. Scores Yelich down 1-0 already, right? Kurtz opened with a single, but, it's like that was the first of 2 double plays, right? So they hit into a double play. Next inning, Gary Sanchez, he opens with a homer, right? Down 2-0. It's just like, ugh. We went quietly, right, into that good night. Like I always say, 1, 2, 3 on 9 pitches. It's like, meh. Horrible. Jackson Cheerio homers to open the 3rd. It's just like, oh my God, really? You're going to let the first guy of every inning score? Is that what we do? Apparently that's what we do, right? It looked like Kirk was allergic to generating an out at the first guy he sees, right? I'm telling you. We were lucky to get out with 1 run because there was a walk after that to Vaughn, which at that point I didn't mind because he's scary, right? Sanchez, he had a 2-out walk too. So it's just like, we were lucky to get out with 1 run, giving up 1 run, right? Bolte singled, open for the A's, stole second. McNeil walked on 4 pitches, but Alika Williams, man, he hit into another, I call him soul-crushing, double play, right? 2 on and nobody out. We couldn't scratch 1 run out of that, right? That's a frustrating day, man. It's frustrating. We come out on top, though, right? The 4th was a Yelich 2-out double. He didn't score, though, right? That's all. 1, 2, 3 again for the A's, though, right? Right? Perk was pulled for Luis Medina, though. He only lasted 4 innings, 5 hits. He had 2 bombs against him, 3 earned runs, right? 3 walks, 4 strikeouts. Medina had a fantastic 5th, 1, 2, 3 on 7 pitches. And he had a 3-pitch strikeout. So fantastic, right? Fantastic. This lineup on offense at this point was horrible. I mean, there's only 1 over the minimum after 5 innings against a dude whose ERA was like north of 6, right? Like ours was, right? In the damn heat. 1, 2, 3 again, right? Ground out, 1 pitch fly from Butler. But that fly precedes something, right? I'm too tired to come up with the word. Sorry, guys. It may be a little bit getting old, too. 1 pitch ground out to Bolte, man. 5 pitches. We retired the inning. They retired us in 5 pitches. It's like help. It was like hopeless. It felt hopeless, but it's Vegas, right? A's pitching was back to allowing the first runner quarter to start the 6th, right? Back-to-back singles by Sanchez and Frelick for the Brewers, put 2 on, nobody out. But we had our own strikeout and a double play, right? Bailed Medina out, which was great. A's finally scored, and it started from the 9-hole. Alika Williams homers, right? With 1 out, makes it 3-1 Brewers. Okay, but we're on the board. Jose Suarez, he takes them out for the A's in the 7th. Cheerio grabs a 1-out single. And it's just like, oh no, here we go. Scott Barlow, he comes in, and I'm just going, oh crap, not again, right? No. He came in with 2 outs to face Vaughn. And I get why. I get the why, but Barlow already got shelled by Milwaukee. 3 earned runs, right? Remember that? So I didn't get this, but and single by Vaughn. But he struck out Bowers. Barlow struck out Bowers, got out of it, right? 8 to the plate. This is the difference. 8 to the plate for the A's in the bottom of the 7th. Cortez homers a missile, 104.4 off the bat, 461, right? 3-2. Geloff doubles, right? And we're going, oh my God, it's Butler. Oh no. But he absolutely creams the next pitch. 106.1, 463. That's back-to-back over 460. This is amazing, right? Where's he been, right? 2 balls hit above eye level in the same game, right? Does that mean we have to forget the last 2 months, right? At least for today, I will, right? 4-3 lead. He won us a series, right? Barlow got the first out in the 8th. Hogan Harris took over. What does he do? Like I told you, he had some issues. Singles to Frelick and Rengifo. Put 2 on and 1 out, man. But I saw something, and it may just be the way they do cameras, but Hogan looked at the bench and nodded like, no, I got it. I got this. I got this. Double play. Like Hogan's freaking heroes, right? Right, my friends? It was amazing, right? He looked fearless there. I like that, but I trust Alvarado more right now, right? Shea hit the first pitch he saw for a double in the bottom half of the inning. But we went ground out, strikeout. Like we just petered. But we're lucky. Like I said, Alvarado topping out at 101, right? Right? 1-2-3 save, ending the game on an 89-mile-an-hour slider. That's nice, right? We won a series against a stud team at the plate, right? 3 more home runs in the game. Williams, Cortez, and Butler. Kind of random, right? 15 bombs, right? Like I said, by 9 different A's. That's beautiful, right? Everybody got a piece of the pie, right? Roll call. Now it's time. My favorite part. We're at 33, just like last time, huh? We're at 33 last time when we got here. We'll run through it quick. Because they're fun when we hit well, right? 32-35 record. 3 games back in the AL West as of this taping, right? And how did our bats do? So for the series, we were 35 of 117. That's a flat 300. That's a B series. 35 hits, right? I can't wait till we get to Vegas full time, right? The power was amazing. 5 doubles and 15 home runs, right? 15 bombs ties a franchise record set in 1996. Remember a guy named Scott Brocious? Yeah, he had 3 home runs in that series. Pretty cool, pretty cool. The fact we have to pitch in the same conditions in 2028 is probably going to kill me, though, right? Right? Blood cancer? Yeah, I'll kick you in the right? But I don't know if I can handle over-unders in the 14s like it was for today's game, right? Anyway, we drew 11 walks, but we struck out 33 times in this series. But think about it, though. 20 of them was in the 12-inning opener, right? There was only 5 today, 8 in the middle one. So not bad. Not bad. We were trending in a better direction, right? We were getting some contact, right? The team average was obviously up because of 35 hits in 3 games, right? 246. It's good for ninth in baseball. The team ERA, it's a joke. It's a joke. Vegas didn't help anyone's batting or pitching numbers. If you pitched in this series, yeah, you're not happy. Excuse me, you're not happy. Beginning the homestand, team ERA was 4.54, 23rd. I know it's up to 4.62, so it's ballooned. I didn't even look, see where we were. Doesn't matter. It sucks. It sucks. But, we got 2 or 3 here. We're going to be like pretty much Colorado and Vegas, right? So the A's better start like gathering arms that keep the ball on the ground, right? Because this is like video game numbers, power numbers. It's like create your own hitter, right? And you're nine hole guys hitting home runs, right? That's pretty crazy. Telling you. Anyway, against Milwaukee, A's starters went 14 and 2/3 in 3 games, gave up 13. That's pretty much the numbers are pretty right around 8 a game, right? Relievers went 14 and 1/3, gave up 8 earned. That's over 5 a game. That's ouch all the way around, right? And I want to say something really quick. I know we're at 36, but if demoting Cade Morris was anything other than protecting him from the Vegas era demolition, right? The numbers, then the team did him dirty, right? I don't like it, right? He gets to remember the time he had a 20.25 ERA, right? And if he doesn't come back, that will forever be on his baseball card, right? Right? This may mess with his confidence, and that's unforgivable, right? It sucked for his family. It sucked. We know why. And like I said in the last show, after his 1, 2, 3, 4th, Kotzay should have pulled him, right? Like Cott did it today, pulling Perkins after 4, after getting through an inning unscathed for the first time, right? Now that 20 ERA is etched in Cade Morris's mind, right? I don't like it. Anyway, individually, Shea Langoliers, good series. It's good to see. 5 of 16, batted .310, double and a homer. He's 9th in baseball, 17 homers. Sodi is shredding, 454 in the series, 5 for 11, 3 home runs, 6 RBIs. Batting 323 in June. 15 of the last 18 games, he's had a hit. I mean, that's fantastic, right? Rooker, 0 for 5. Yeah, he's hovering around 200. Cortez, he was batting 400, right? 10-game hitting streak, April 29th, right? I'm looking at this. He started splitting time with others in May. He only had 265 in May. In June, 190, right? He's 1 for 5 with a home run today. 1 for 5 in the series. Homer today. McNeil, 0 for 7 after being 0 for 10 against the Astros. In June, he's batting like, I don't know, 2. I don't know. It's 80 something. I don't know. It's horrible. Under 100. Zach Geloff, 15-game hitting streak. Batted 340 over that time. In the series, 4 for 14. 4 runs, a double, and 2 homers. I mean, everybody had multiple homers, man. Henry Bolte, 3 for 13 in the series, but he's batting 296, right? We do have to keep an eye on the strikeouts, though. I noticed this creeping up, his K rate, right around 36%. So once they start creeping towards the 40s, I don't like that. So, while we love Henry Bolte, I'm just saying we just got to keep that. Keep a glance at that. Butler, he's probably safe after today, right? Series winning bomb. So, I'll shut up for a show, The guy was probably offered an extension after the game, right? He got 2-year extension. Anyway, Muncy, he came back from IL. 1 for 8 against the Brewers. He batted with 370 in Vegas with a couple doubles, 3 bombs, something like 8, 9 RBIs. I don't know. He'll come around. You see it, right? Daryl Hernandez. He was optioned back to AAA, and we got his bat had cooled so considerably, right? But give him his props. He stepped up to the plate literally in Jacob Wilson's absence. Nothing superstar, but he did enough. He had a nice streak when we needed it, right? So let's give him his props, man. I hope he does well, and we can, he can come back up and produce, right? Jonah Heim, he's woken up. He had home runs in back-to-back games. He was 4 for 5 in the series. He batted 800, right? Alika Williams, he has hits in 4 straight games. He batted 333, 2 doubles and a home run. What else do you want from the 9-hole, right? Kobe Thomas, last guy, 2 for 5, right? The Desert sure woke up the bats. Let's hope they keep up the momentum, right? After a day off, the team continues the homestand on Friday, right? When the A's, they got to face the Colorado Rockies, right? And Colorado's in last in the National League West, I believe. Buried 18 games behind the Dodgers. It's nasty. But they have similar numbers at the plate as the A's. And with our rotation, yeah, should be a battle. We won this series with this ragtag pitching staff, man, and the way we use them is sus. So rejoice, Ace Faithful, man. I'll see you guys Sunday. I got to go to bed, take some meds, and go to bed. Peace. Love you guys.